Hello, Solutionaries. My name is Amy Farah Weiss. I am the founder and director of the St. Francis Homelessness Challenge. And our mission is to do what is necessary and to do what is possible to end the crisis conditions of street homelessness. There are people in need of places to belong. In San Francisco, we have over 5,000 people living in crisis conditions on our streets, tens of thousands throughout the Bay Area, and over 55,000 people living on the streets in crisis conditions in California, with recent data tells us that. And there are places that are in need of stewardship. This is an urban lot in the Tenderloin in San Francisco. There's also agricultural areas and wilderness areas that need stewardship. And so we want to connect the dots between people in need of places to belong and places in need of stewardship. Makes sense, right? And over the last 4 years, the St. Francis Homelessness Challenge has worked on developing what is now a code-compliant way throughout California to activate land, either public or private, with emergency shelter response, which is great. And we do that in a way that is community integrated. And we also are working with the people who are there as local stewards of the land in which they're in that village environment for emergency shelter. We were able to do this, as Francis of Assisi says, do what's necessary and possible. We were ready to scale this 4 years ago, but it takes time with resources, land, and policy. So from 2017 to 2018, we did a pilot in San Francisco at the Mission Impact Center. We have a proposal right now in San Francisco for a space in the Tenderloin, that same lot that I showed you earlier, to transition it into a safe, organized space. And if you looked at the newspapers today, you might have actually seen that we're on the front cover of the Examiner with a vision for a village in the Tenderloin. And we're aspirational in terms of scaling this out and using underutilized land, whether it's Caltrans land, like this case study that we're doing in Mission Bay right now, where there are acres where we could show where this is possible. And we need to be able to figure out how we can have an off-grid energy system if the places that we go to activate are not able to connect to the grid currently. And so that's what we're doing through this focus of Hack for Earth, is gathering people together, this team here, and being able to think about how do we build up this menu of options for vendors and solutions for off-grid energy. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Brennan.
All right, thanks, Amy. So for Hack for Earth, we decided to focus on what are some possible off-grid energy solutions, both for the 180 Jones SOS Village prototype and for future SOS villages in 5, 20, or 100 cabin scales. We also have researched and designed a menu of village components and vendors to support the development of ecological infrastructure, which can make these villages as best ecological demonstration sites that can be a solution as our infrastructure, such as the PG&E grid, continues to fail. So some of that village eco-infrastructure includes these ecozoic biofilter toilets, which is a regenerative enterprise based here in California. It could include appropriate technologies such as solar cookers and fuel-efficient stoves that could run a healthy food truck enterprise that could actually employ residents in green jobs. And it could also include ecological tiny home construction, such as tiny homes that could sequester carbon through hemp and straw insulation and use earthen building practices to create fire-resistant homes. So we focused on some off-grid solutions. This was one vendor, the Footprint Project, and they create a solar trailer that's not only rented, but also used for disaster relief. So this could be used for tiny house villages. It could also be a communication hub to create a place for local community members to come, check Wi-Fi, check their phone, and get up-to-date information about the latest fire or disaster relief. Another vendor was Box Power, that has the solar container and the solar mini box that could be combined together to form entire microgrid systems that could support large-scale tiny house villages. We're open to collaborating with other groups such as Sun Geometry, and we're really excited about big dreams such as this regenerative power system, the Green Powerhouse, which uses biochar production and algae biodigester to turn biomass into large-scale electricity production and fertilizer. And you're going to be hearing more about this from our colleagues at Everflex Technology. The point here is that this could not only provide energy to our village, it could be green job training for our residents to transform extra biomass in the forest through sustainable regenerative forestry practices to solve the issues we're facing with the wildfire, produce energy, and create jobs and livelihood for our residents. So when we solve one problem, we meet all the other problems with symbiotic solutions. So what we're looking for partnerships in the energy world. We would love to seek investment, $35,000 or more, to get that mobile solar trailer to power our 180 Jones and future SOS Village prototypes. We're looking for licensed electricians that could help consult on this microgrid design. And in addition, back to Amy.
We're looking for land opportunities, and one of the things to keep in mind is we do want to scale this, and our goal is that we're having hundreds of villages activated over the next 5 years, and our group can work as a consulting team and maybe attract some big capital, like $5 to $15 million, so we could help vet projects and be able to partially or fully fund them. So we want to support that. If you do have other ideas about things you could add to our menu of components as well, such as different types of sleeping cabins or different kinds of sanitation, toileting, energy, let us know, because we're building that. And we do want to share this as open source. You can go to stfrancischallenge.org, email at info@stfrancischallenge.org, and there's a lot of information there that's ready to share with people who want to activate land and connect the dots between people who need places and land that needs stewardship. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.